So, I want to show you the deteriorating state that religion have left the continent of Africa. I use that word deteriorating because when you look at most of the problems we have as a people, why we can't love each other, why we can't unite, religion is number one. Because we have two major religions that are each day fighting themselves for supremacy. All right, they are fighting for supremacy, who is better, or when you are in my own religion, you are going to heaven. As far as you are not in my religion, when you die, you go to hellfire. If you are in my religion, you die, you go to heaven, and you have 7 virgins. All right, I was somewhere and I get some people lamenting. All right, it's just a side story, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I guess some people lamenting about how the country was, how things are becoming hard, people can hardly feed because of how the prices of things are skyrocketing in the market and there is no money. People work, sometimes they don't get paid on time. You see many families survive by going to pick things on credit and then pay when they have the money. And one of them, in all this thing, with all this hardship, the other one said two grown-up men, two matured men were having this discussion. And one said, all these things we are doing will end here. Even marriage will end here. Because when we die, there's no wife in heaven. And the other one said, yes, no wife. No wife in heaven. It's only virgins, 7 virgins. I was there. I was looking at my people. Looking at what religion have done to our reasoning, our brains. See, the way he said it so convincingly, like confidently said, he said, it's only virgins. No wife in heaven, no. The other one said it's Jesus that is our husband. All of us in heaven will be wives. Jesus will be husband. And then the second man say, no wife, true, is virgins, 7 virgins. I'm sorry, I have to laugh. But this is it. All right? So people are going through what they are going through at this point, and they'll tell themselves, relax my soul. Very soon when you die, you go to heaven and have 7 virgins, and you'll be consoled from all the suffering you are going through here. My people, who did this to us? So, to the story of the day. All right? If you have been following Nigeria for some time, you know a lot of things are going on and things are becoming so hard for people. All right, so in the midst of all this hardship, people come out to voice out, people are angry, and there is an Islamic cleric who came out on social media, and he said that that the wife of the president, Tinubu aka Jagaban, his wife, his wife is a pastor, so that the wife is an infidel because she's a pastor and she should be beheaded. She's a leader of infidels. She is an infidel and she's a leader of infidels and should be a cleric, a religious leader came out because of the annoyance, the anger of this one is a pastor. It's the opposite, like, you understand? Opponents that do themselves like this. So, knowing that she is also a religious leader now, and she's a leader of infidels. So they call other people who are not in their own organization, their own religion, infidels. So she is a leader of infidels. So she have to be, come on. Like, the audacity for me. This is not normal. It's not normal that you go out publicly with all your heart and your soul and you make that kind of a video and put it out there because you know nothing will happen to you. And then you put it out there to cause more confusion. And there are gullible ones who follow this very so-called cleric. Why are things like this? It's religion. If there were no Islam, there were no Christianity, will anybody sit and say somebody should go and cut somebody's neck because the person is an infidel, is leading infidels? The wife of your president, for goodness sake. The wife, your first lady. So she had to be beheaded because she is an infidel, a Christian, and she is a leader of infidels. This is not a joke, oh, it was on the mainstream media. So you have to listen to this yourself. It's not coming from my mouth, right?
Many Nigerians have called on security forces to immediately arrest an Islamic cleric who in a now viral video declared that Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, deserves to die for being a pastor. In the video, the cleric was heard saying the Muslim ticket, which brought President Bola Ahmed Tinubu into power, was a scam, and that his wife was an infidel. He went further to refer to the Quran without providing any chapter or verse of the Quran to back his claim. Well, let's take some reactions. Well, this person wrote, "This man clearly needs to be put behind bars, preaching violence, preaching ignorance, preaching hate. There are a lot of topics he could preach upon, but will never educate and call people to stop engaging in illicit wickedness and white-collar misconduct in a sane country. His utterances are equivalent to treasonable felony and not only fanaticism. The police and agencies responsible for citizens' safety should swiftly act on this type of crime for using people's ignorance to deploy mayhem. This is terror." Another Twitter user wrote, "A Muslim cleric was recorded calling for the killing of Remi Tinubu because she is a pastor and an infidel. Even though I do not support this government, this is a reach, and I expect the weight of the law to be visited on him. There is a reason why serious nations do not allow for this sort of inflammatory rhetoric woven into sermons. This must not be allowed to lie." I mean, this is the power of social media, really. This video was posted on Twitter yesterday or the day before, and it's gotten so many retweets. And we at Arise News are calling on the Nigerian government to look into this. I mean, when I read the transcription, the man there was saying that Remi Tinubu should be beheaded. Dr. Abati.
Well, it's unbelievable.
I can't believe it.
You see, people use religion to divide the country. Religion is one of those fault lines within the Nigerian arrangement. And that somebody will have the temerity, the audacity, the confidence to go on social media, to go public and ask that the wife of the president be killed. I mean, it is the height of it. And I think that by now, the Department of State Services should have arrested this man for questioning.
Yes.
The police also should have arrested him because under the criminal code, he has committed offense. If you look at the criminal code, if you threaten to kill anybody under section 320 of the criminal code, you have committed a felony and you are liable to 7 years imprisonment. Under section 323, you also cannot make an attempt to kill anybody. It's not to talk of threatening that other people should go and kill somebody. Now again, Mrs. Remi Tinubu, everybody should realize this. He's a citizen with full rights under the Constitution of Nigeria. And those rights include the rights guaranteed under Section 38 of the Constitution, which talks about freedom, thought, conscience, and religion. There's nothing that says that if your husband is a Muslim, you too should be a Muslim. Your husband can be a Muslim. In fact, you can be a traditionalist. It is your right under the Constitution. And as for his comment about Muslim ticket and all that, that's a political statement. We keep saying that the pulpit should not be used to make divisive, inflammatory, unacceptable remarks. And that's a duty. There is a body called NIREC. That's the Nigerian, the National Interreligious Council, which has leaders from every religion, and they meet regularly. The leaders of both religions are there. I think it's about time that NIREC established a task force to deal with, clerics like this, whether Christian or Muslim, who make statements that will bring down the doctrine, on both sides, and to stretch the matter for that.
Cleric story is a sad indication of how low our country has become. But I would also blame it largely on the politicians.
Yeah.
They are the ones that bring a lot of religion into politics because they want to use it and favor them. Let's not forget. And we condemn that. I condemn that cleric in society. I think the government should go after him. But let's not forget, we've had other clerics make more incendiary statements. I don't do anything to them. We have the Sheikh Goodness of this world. What was the need for getting 40 bishops to endorse candidate Tinubu then, or aspirant Tinubu then? The episode of the 40 bishops, just to be able to justify a Muslim ticket. They are the ones making mockery of religion, and they are the ones that are giving impetus to people like this to be able to say all sorts of incendiary things like this. So the politicians too should watch it.
Absolutely. That man needs to be picked up immediately.
Oh my goodness, Your Majesties. We have heard, we have seen. This is how far we have gone with religion. It's an instrument. And politicians know this, and that's why they use it for their own advantage. Like you heard what she said. 40 bishops were invited, all right, to endorse Jagaban. So he did everything. He did everything. And I think at that time, there was some circular going around that the Muslim faithfuls were told to vote in Jagaban because he's a Muslim. And the deputy is also a Muslim. So they prefer a Muslim ticket. That's what will favor them. Even if push comes to shove, they are one of their own. So this was the information that went around. Many people got them. It was sent through voicemails to most of them. And now everybody is suffering it. They use this same religion because they know this is the best place they can capture people. They lie through religion. They hold on to us all. You elect them because they are Christians. Go. You start hearing way. Now everybody in the country in Nigeria now hearing way. That's what we call way. He's entering everybody. Muslim ticket. Christian ticket. Yeah, you are a Muslim. I will not do this. You are a Christian. I will not do this. But we forgot that before Muslim, before Christian, we were Africans. We are brothers and sisters. If Muslim religion goes today, Christianity goes today, we are still African. We were who we were, practicing our spirituality, connected to source, living our lives. There was joy, peace, and happiness everywhere, and we blossomed. We pull ourselves out of source, and we push ourselves further into all these things we call religion. And look at us now, we are lost. We are lost. We don't even know what we are doing. And that's why people like him will come out and claim that they are clerics, so they have upper hand to gather some group and teach them some of these things. Teach them hate. Hate against a fellow brother who is African like you. Against a human being. This is what we always show, and that's why we keep talking about religion here. If you are not careful, if we are not careful as black people, we'll finish ourselves before we realize that before we realize what we have done, but it might be too late. I just hope we don't reach that point. Because the level of which the religion is taking us to, we are not even ready. When somebody talk religion, you want to come and break the screen and catch the person. You want to fight for your God. Your God is so powerful. He sees everything. Omnipotent, omniscience, omnipresence. But you are the one fighting for that God. What makes you? How do you look at your God now? How do you make people look at you when you are the one fighting for the God? God has power everywhere. Somebody is insulting him. Somebody is telling you not to follow him. Allow him to do his work to punish the person. Why are you the one carrying cutlass to want to go and cut somebody neck? Or you want to go and break somebody's head because the person have talked about your religion? And this is how we finish ourselves. Leave your thoughts there at the section and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive, always. Your Majesties. Bye for now.